how can I support my other children or family members who are also grieving?
This is really tough. So as I mentioned earlier about my boys, they came along when my second son was born 6 years after I lost Adam. So I'd had that certain amount of grieving and healing period to get to that stage before I had to deal with that. But even then, you're never quite fully healed from something like this. But um, I was at enough of a point to put enough of a facade on and deal with that. And it's a slightly different energy. But if you're in the midst of your grief where, I was totally on the floor in the beginning, I only had myself to worry about. If you've got other children as well, but again, it's just to be, caring for yourself is one of the things physically. Obviously, you go through the emotions. I know a lot of my clients that have got other children at a time, that's where they focus at first. That's the only way they are getting out of bed and doing things, because they've got that other child and they're going through the emotions. And one of my other clients that worked out, that was what drew her to actually come and find me initially. She had another daughter and struggling, and then her husband come home from work one day. This was her had enough point, and so she then had him to look after her daughter. So she went into the bedroom and just went into a crying mode and thought that was it. And then she actually heard a little girl say through the door, "Oh, mum, daddy, will mummy always be sad and crying like this?" And she thought, because she'd shut the door and she'd gone in the room, and she thought that was it. It was her moment to have her tears and deal with that. But then she sort of realised how much it was affecting her daughter as well. So then that was her moment of, oh, I've got to do something about this. So, crying is a one that's part of that's one way of releasing, and it is a good way. And you do need to do that sometimes quite a lot in those early years, just to physically, again, it's moving out of your system, but it's what are all the thoughts and feelings behind those tears. If you can find a way of expressing them in a different outward way, transforming them through the something like the energy healing that I work with, so they'll go to a transformative thought, then you're building up the power and within yourself. Then you can be a better mum to the other children here as well. And I think a lot of what we do, and I've been guilty of it even years on sometimes, when I'm having those angst moments with the two boys I've got now. I was like, Adam would never have done. I didn't even get to the teenage years with him, so he probably would have done, because most teenagers can be pretty obnoxious at times. But yeah, he would have never have been like this to me, because he was a gentle soul. And we do put them on that pedestal sometimes more than that as well. But yeah, we want to be at a relationship where, and that's the other thing that gets me as well. And I feel that I've missed out on some of that a little bit with my sons as well, because I hadn't got the knowledge that I've got now back then. But I did the best that I can, and I don't think it affected them too badly. But yeah, you're still here on this earth, so you've still got your life to live. As much as you, I will say, I would exchange in a moment with Adam so he could come back, and I couldn't. But yeah, you're the one here, so you've got to go on living the life, and you've got those relationships, and you've got people that are physically here and caring for you. And it's not one or the other. You can still have a relationship with your child that's gone, and it can all be incorporated into one. But don't give up on those relationships that are here as well. Now you've got those ones, your physical relationship, and then your relationship with your other child's going to be heart and soul based, and they're both equally important as each other.